Hello everyone, welcome to Lecture 1, Beginning the Journey. In today's lecture, I will discuss the 4 different business structures, and then we'll begin our journey with Vivian's Hauling Company. Now, this is the company that I will use to show you how to start and run a business. So we're going to take this business from the beginning and take it all the way to the point where we're ready to apply for a business loan. So I'm going to show you everything that's involved in starting and running a business with Vivian's Hauling Company. And the first step in starting the business is to first register the company with LLC. So we'll go through that process today. Also, you need to apply for your employer identification number, or EIN. And then we'll wrap up this lecture by opening up a business bank account. All right, so let's talk about the business structure. There are 4 main business structures in the United States. You have your sole proprietorship, your partnership, your limited liability company, and the corporation. Now, every business owner must decide which one of the 4 they want to fall into. The sole proprietorship is the most common. Typically, your home-based businesses will fall into this category. The downside to this business, though, this structure, is that there is no protection for the business owner. So if the business is ever sued, then they can actually come after the owner's personal assets to satisfy the debt of the company. A partnership is another structure, and basically that's when 2 or more people come together to form one business. The downside of that is that each partner is still personally liable for the debt of the company, and also they are liable for the action of other partners in the company. Your limited liability structure is the one that I highly recommend. It's the one that that I use for my business when I started out, because it offers that shield of protection, okay, against any business debt or if the business is sued. Then the final structure is your corporation. That's the most complex. It does offer the highest level of protection, but it is definitely the most complex one to structure and form. So the main takeaway from this is that, so start thinking about how you want to structure your business. I highly recommend the limited liability company. All right, so let's just jump right into getting started. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Vivian's Hauling Company. The first step in the process is to register the LLC with your state Secretary of State. Now, since we're in the state of Georgia, we're going to use Georgia Secretary of State. First step, go to this website. And when you get there, click on Reserve a Business Name with the Georgia Secretary of State. Scroll down and then click on Online Services page. When you get there, it's actually going to take you to the Georgia Corporation's Division website. Click on Online Services. Now, when you get here, you have to go through the process of actually creating an account. So once you create that account, then that account is yours throughout the duration of your business. So basically, they're going to ask for basic information and so that you can establish a username and password. Once you've done that, then you'll be able to go to your own personal dashboard. So there's a lot of things that you can see that you can do here on the dashboard. So we want to do a name reservation. Then you'll go through the process of just filling out all of the required information. Everything that you see a red star by is the required information. There is a $25 name reservation fee. So once you fill it out, you can actually make your payment online. They will send you a receipt from the Georgia Secretary of State, and it usually takes about 10 days before you actually receive your name reservation confirmation. They'll email that to you, and what this says is that your name has been reserved in the system. No one else can use Vivian's Hauling Company while we go through the registration process. Now, it's only valid for 30 days, so if you don't get your registration in 30 days, then you risk the chance of having someone else reserve that name. So you have 30 days to go ahead and start the registration process. To do that, you want to go back to the Georgia Corporation Division's website, click on Online Services again. This time, you've already created your account, so put in your username and password. That'll get you back to your dashboard. Here, you'll then click on Create or Register a Business. Once you get here, you go through that process of just filling out all of the required information that they're asking of you. So you'll go through the process and get to the point where you have to make a payment. You can, again, pay this online. There's a $100 registration fee to register as an LLC in the state of Georgia. Then you'll typically get a receipt, usually within a day. And then within a couple of weeks, you'll get your certificate of organization and your articles of organization. So this basically says that your business is now registered with the state of Georgia. You are registered as a domestic limited liability company. And then the date of it is the date that you actually filed your registration. So I highly recommend that when you get this certificate of organization that you keep this. I like to print things out, but we also going to go through the process of showing you how to electronically file your documents on your computer. This is needed. I found that in a lot of my transactions, even to the point where you want to apply for a business loan, they're going to ask for your certificate of organization. When you get ready to open up a bank account, they're going to ask for this documentation. When I got ready to apply for different loans, this is one document that they're going to ask for. So definitely keep this handy at all times. Now, the article of organization will also come with this document. It's a second page, and this is how it looks. It just identifies the business, the type of business, and the effective date for the business. Okay, so once you got that, then you've satisfied the requirements for the state of Georgia. Now, the next step is to apply for your federal employer identification number. Now, I just want to take a few minutes just to let you know what the EIN is. It's also known as the Federal Tax Identification Number, and this is used by the IRS to identify your business. Okay, generally, all businesses will need an EIN, especially those who are going to hire employees. Typically, you'll need an EIN if you want to open up a bank account at certain banks. Now, applying for your EIN is free, so be aware of people who will try to scam you and tell you they can do all of this for you for a price. You can go out there on the website and apply for your EIN for free. And the good part about it is you'll get your EIN immediately. All EIN applications must have the name of the taxpayer and your social security number of the owner of the business. Okay. Now, the IRS identifies this person as the responsible party, and that individual has control over the business. They manage the business. They direct the business. So make sure when you're applying for your EIN, or if you have someone else applying it for you, that they have your name on there as the responsible party. Now, the IRS has a short little video, 90 seconds, really short, that I want to share with you guys.
Here are a few tips for small businesses, trusts, estates, charities, and others about the Employer Identification Number, or EIN. The EIN serves as a tax ID number for businesses and organizations. First, only the IRS can issue an EIN, and it's a free service. Second, you can visit irs.gov/EIN, answer a few questions, and get your EIN immediately online. Third, know who will be the responsible party on the application. Generally, a responsible party is someone in control, and it must be an individual. You must provide the responsible party's social security number. Fourth, always keep your EIN information up to date. You need to report changes in responsible party to the IRS within 60 days using Form 8822B. Use the same form to report changes in address. Finally, your assigned EIN is yours for life. The number is never discontinued. If you close your business, write to the IRS to close your tax account. This is important and will help prevent identity theft. To learn more, visit irs.gov/EIN.
All right, now I want to go to the IRS's website, and these are screenshots of what you'll need to do to apply for the EIN. So we're going to go through the process and apply for our EIN. So the first thing we're going to do is go to irs.gov/EIN and then click on Apply Now. So it'll bring you to this page. What I want you to do is review this information about the EIN, just certain restrictions that they've put in place. So once you've reviewed all of this information, click on the Begin Application link. There are 5 steps that you have to go through in order to apply for the EIN, the identification process, authentication process. So once you give them your name and social security number, they're actually going to go through authentication process to verify that your name matches what they have in their system. Complete the address tab, the details about the business. And then once you do all of that, you will get an EIN at the end of the registration process. So I do have the EIN blocked out, but here's where your EIN number will be. They'll identify the name of the company, and you're on your way. So up to this point, we've registered our LLC with the state of Georgia. We've gone through the process to get our EIN. And finally, let's talk about opening up a business bank account. Now, I personally deal with Wells Fargo, so I have my business bank accounts there. You can apply online at probably any bank of your choice. So Wells Fargo has 3 types of business checking accounts for small businesses. Initiate business checking, Navigate, primarily the Initiate is for your businesses that are just starting out. Navigate is kind of those ones that have been in business for a while. Then the Optimize are those who are seasoned business owners. So select Initiate Business Checking. Now, it'll bring you to this page, and there are a few things I wanted you guys to know about business bank account. Make sure you understand this monthly service fee. So there is a $10 fee if you do not maintain at least a $500 minimum balance or a $1,000 overall average balance. So that's very important that you know and understand that about these business bank accounts. They will charge you these fees. Okay, so after you've reviewed everything, you click on Apply Now. There's some information that banks are going to want to have: your social security number, your business tax ID number, so that's the EIN number, your valid driver's license, and there is that U.S. state registration information. So basically the information that we went through together for our with our LLC. And then you just go through the process of registering with them to get your business bank account. Now, let me just say that a lot of people ask, well, why do I need a business bank account? Why can't I just use my own personal account? It is going to be very important that you keep your business separate from your personal account. That's how a lot of businesses tend to fail, because they commingle, they can't keep good record, you can't keep accounting. So highly recommend that you have your business bank account. One of the requirements for applying for a loan, at least the loan that I went through with the SBAC, is that you do need your own a business bank account. So go ahead and go through that process and get the business bank account. So we've done everything that I wanted to do today. For the next lecture, we're going to continue this process. We're going to order our business voucher checks for QuickBooks. What that means is, for our business bank account, we're going to need to actually cut checks, and we're going to use our printer to print checks, because I like presentation and presenting things in a professional manner. And there are special checks called your business voucher checks, and we're going to order those during the next lecture. I'll also introduce you guys to QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the accounting software that we'll use to keep all of our transactions in one place, to make sure that we are compliant with the IRS, the state and local government, in terms of our payroll taxes. And so we'll go through all of that process the next lecture. We'll apply for our business license as well. And we are going to enroll in the federal and state systems to pay that's used to pay for our business payroll taxes. Okay, and then we'll work on writing our business plan. So we are moving Vivian's Hauling Company pretty quickly through the process. Thank you so much for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class.